Alright, welcome back everyone, and I know it's been another 3 weeks since my last pickup video. I've really been conservative the last kind of 6 to 8 weeks with picking up games, but as most gamers know, October and November, it's really hard not to spend a lot of money. So I have picked up quite a few things, and hopefully you guys enjoy. I will say though that I put up a video probably, I don't know, a couple weeks back about Starbucks, this Starbucks card I picked up. And I'll tell you, normally my pickup videos, which are more my popular videos, they get around 130 to 200 views. This stupid little Starbucks video I put up, which again is not something I'm really interested in. I put it up to kind of mock my girlfriend, fiance, and it was just kind of this little thing I wanted to send her. And then I just ended up throwing it up on YouTube, and for some reason, like I said, my pickup videos, I get around 130 to maybe 200 views. This Starbucks video has 527 views as of today. So I don't know if I should change my channel to a Starbucks channel now. Probably not, but it gets a lot more views. So I don't know, I just thought that was kind of funny. Again, it was one of those things where she really wanted the card, and I woke up at the crack of dawn on November 3rd to go get it for her. And really, I didn't even need to be at work early, but I made myself get up early so I can go get this thing for her, and she really enjoyed it. So that's kind of the stuff you have to do when you're with someone, right? But yeah, that was just a mocking video of the situation. It was really stupid. So anyways, let's get into the pickups, because that's why you guys are here, right? I have a lot of pickups to show, and we'll start off with some retail stuff that I picked up a little while back. First and foremost, I picked up a second PlayStation 4 controller. This is the blue one, and I got this at Best Buy for a whopping $22 taxes in. You may ask yourself, how did you do that? They go for $59.99 to $69.99. Well, the source a couple weeks back, it's not valid anymore, and I just dropped the game. They had PlayStation 4 controllers on sale for $39.99, and I went to Best Buy, price matched it. They beat it by 10%, and then I had a couple gift cards that I had through my work. These gift cards actually came from a bowling event, and in case you guys didn't know, I'm a pretty decent bowler. So I ended up winning, I don't know, most valuable bowler and highest score. So I play once a year, so and I play at the company bowling event. So it just kind of shows I'm not that good, but I can beat everybody at the company I work for. So anyways, I ended up with two gift cards, and I ended up getting this for 22 something taxes in. Alright, well, since this game fell, let's talk about this one. There are a couple games I really like picking up, and they're Telltale games. The very first one here is The Wolf Among Us, and I have this on the PS3. I bought the season pass on the PS3 a while back, and I played through it and absolutely loved this game. That when a physical release came out, I wanted to pick this up. I know it's out on the PS4 and PS3 as well. I probably will get them again on the PS4, just because I love this game so much. This is a very story-based game, and the story just evolves from the very beginning hooks you all the way to the very end. So highly recommend The Wolf Among Us. On the same note, I picked up The Walking Dead Season 2, and I have The Walking Dead Season 1 on the PS3 and the Vita as well. I only have it right now on the PS Vita, Season 2 anyways, and I've actually already played through this. The minute I got it, I had to get my Vita out and start playing it, because I really love these types of games. And I mean, there's not really a lot of interaction when you play them, but it's just a story that really drives these types of games. I will say though, this game, Season 2 is not as strong as Season 1, but it's still a very, very good story. So I highly recommend this one as well. Next up, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. And a lot of people I know don't like these, and they're, oh, it's Call of Duty, blah, blah, blah. But I enjoy them. That's why I pick them up. I pick up games I enjoy, and that's really what you have to do. I've been playing Call of Duty games all the way back to the very first Call of Duty when it came out on the PC, and even beforehand the Medal of Honor Allied Assault game, which was made by the same people who made Call of Duty. So I've been a long fan of this game, and I haven't played the single player yet, but I've been playing online, and I've been getting my ass handed to me online very badly. But I still have fun playing it, and that's all that matters. So I will get to single player though, because I do play these as well for single player. I know a lot of people that might play Call of Duty for single player, but I do. So one day I will get to this pretty soon. Probably before the end of the year, actually. Next up, on my way to Michigan. I picked up a lot of stuff in Michigan, but on my way to Michigan, I usually stop in London, Ontario, and I stop in Sarnia. Just because there's a whole bunch of game stores, like thrift stores, in just off the highway, so it doesn't take me long to kind of get off and then get back on. But I stopped at a Value Village in London, just off the highway. Those of you in the area probably know exactly which one I was talking about. I didn't really see too many games, but I was walking around and I want to stretch out my legs a little bit more than just a quick walk around the Value Village, and I ended up walking to where the kids DVDs and VHS tapes are, and I ended up finding 2 Genesis games. The very first one, and this is probably why they got it maybe confused and put it in the kids movie stuff. I picked up Bubbles and Squeak, and for this I paid $5.99. You may laugh at yourself, what the hell kind of game is this? This is a platformer, apparently. I didn't know anything about this game prior to picking it up, and I looked it up. It got pretty decent reviews, and it's actually worth a pretty penny, a lot more than $5.99 that I paid for it. So if you're curious, go online and check it out. This one is unfortunately not complete. It's missing the manual. But again, for the $5.99 price tag and the value it goes for, even if I don't like this game, I can easily get my money back. And also while I was there, I ended up getting Ariel the Little Mermaid for free. And again, you could probably remember from previous videos why I get games for free, because it's empty. So someone stole Ariel the Little Mermaid. And maybe I understand why, because they wanted $5.99 for it, but I don't know. I'll take it for a free case. Next up in Sarnia, I went to a half-price Goodwill, and I know a couple of people know, like Liquid Wayno goes there. Pretty much every price tag they have on any item they have in there is half off, and these items are basically stuff that doesn't sell at other locations. They ship it to this location and try and sell it at even a further discount. So you can just imagine the quality of the stuff they have there is not the greatest. A lot of sports titles, and really not a lot of good stuff. But I did find one game that I thought was worth picking up just to kind of maybe trade or sell, and that is The Simpsons Hit and Run on the original Xbox. This game is complete and it's actually in really good shape. For this, it had a price tag of $5 on it, so half of that is $2.50. I figured it was a good price for that. Next up, I went to a Cash Converters, which isn't too far from, it's actually in the same complex as the Goodwill. The way they have their store laid out is they have like PS3, Xbox 360, and Nintendo Wii games all together. And then they have everything else kind of in this one bin, and you kind of have to rifle through the bin to kind of find something that, you know, maybe a hidden treasure. And I go there all the time, and I always find something really good. It's a lot of work to go through that bin to find, you know, 1 or 2 games that, you know, may be worth picking up. But the one game I found this time is Yakuza 2. And for this, I paid $3. And unfortunately, it is not complete. It's missing the manual, but the disc is in mint condition. So $3 for Yakuza 2. Next up, I finally made my way down to Michigan, and I did a lot of thrift storing in Michigan because for whatever reason I can find stuff there. I can't find stuff in my area, but I can find stuff in Michigan. So this very first Goodwill I went to, they had this kind of rule where if the Lions play and they win the game, the next day, just one day only, all blue tags are $1. So I actually picked up a Wii Fit board for $1, and it had a price tag of $5.99 on it, but it was a blue tag, so it was $1. I actually sold that already, so that's not in this video, obviously. But if you're curious, I sold that for 20 bucks. So it paid for a decent amount of what I have here. A couple other things though I did find while I was there was FIFA Soccer 96, and again this was a blue tag, and this was $1. And this one's hard as hell to open. It is complete, and that's kind of the main reason I picked it up. Genesis came for $1. It's a sports game, but again it's $1. So next up, it was also half price off all purple tags. So I ended up picking up, what the hell is this? Pro Pinball Big Race USA. I like pinball games. Give me a break. I'm not the only one either. So Pro Pinball Big Race USA. I've yet to try this one out yet though, so I'm not sure how good it is. But I paid. It had a price tag of $3.99 on it, and half of that is $2. So that's the main reason I picked this one up. Next up, I found a new, it just opened up, a new Goodwill, and I went inside, and there really wasn't much inside. Their stock was very low because it's a new store. It just opened up on the Saturday, and I was there on Monday. So again, they didn't have much, but I was able to find one PC game, and that is Freedom Force versus the Third Reich. And for this, I paid $4. Many of you know I collect PC games, and I had played the demo for Freedom Force. I don't remember if it was this one or the other Freedom Force game, but I played the demo for one of the Freedom Forces when it first came out, and I, for some reason, really liked it. And I always wanted to pick this up, I just never got around to it. So when I came across this at the Goodwill for $4, I figured, okay, I'll give it a try and see what it's like. It's a, it's kind of like a beat 'em up, but it's still a lot of fun. So, you know, $4. I don't know what else to say about it. At a disabled American veterans thrift store, I picked up Power Supply for a Super Nintendo. This was $1. Nothing special about that one. I then went to a Salvation Army and picked up 4 different games. Very first one here is, again, another copy of Simpsons Hit and Run. This was $2.99, and this one's for the PS2. And complete. And again, I don't need this, but you know, this one, people like this one for some reason. That's kind of why I picked it up. Next up is a Dreamcast game, Virtua Tennis, again on the Dreamcast. This was $1.99, and that's kind of why I want to pick it up. I am a fan of tennis games, and if you've seen my pickup videos in the last couple of years or year that I've been on here, I picked up quite a few tennis games. So I don't have this one, and it's a Dreamcast game, so for $2, let's add it to the collection. The case is messed up pretty badly and pretty badly cracked, so I will have to replace the case. I did play it, and I did enjoy it quite a bit though, so I do recommend Virtua Tennis. Also, while I was there, and also because it's another Dreamcast game, I picked up NFL 2K1, and this one doesn't have a price tag on it, but I picked up Virtua Tennis, so I figured they would kind of give it to me at the same price, and sure enough they did. So for $2, NFL 2K1. I tried this one out as well, and it's pretty much a rehash of NFL 2K. It's fun. I'm not really the biggest football fan. I pick up football games, but I'm not really the biggest football video game fan. I do enjoy watching football, but I don't like playing video game football, just because what I tend to do is I play exactly like they do on TV, where they stall for time once you're in the lead. So, you know, I count down the clock till it hits 2 seconds, and then I snap the ball. So, you know, once I get a lead, I stall for time, and it seems pointless to, you know, play a football game where you're just sitting there watching the clock tick down. So that's what I don't like about football games. And then, you know, the action doesn't last very long before you're stalling for more time. So that's my problem with football games. And then last but not least, I picked up in this bag here, you can see I paid, I don't know if you can see that there, I paid $3.99 for this, and it's an NES game. Finally get rid of that bag because it looks pretty nasty. NES game complete in box, and it's questionable why I picked this up, but for an NES game complete in box for $4, are you really going to turn it down? Is anyone going to turn it down? And this thing's mint condition. It is Dance Aerobics. So Dance Aerobics complete in box has now been added to my collection. So I don't have the dance pad, or whatever they call it, but again, complete in box, 100% complete in box with the plastic, the styrofoam, all the advertisements are in there, the manual, and obviously the game. So $4. Take a look at that cover too. It's very 80s / early 90s and very, very cheesy. So yeah, it's a welcome addition to my collection. Next up, I went to Video Games Plus, or Games Plus, whatever they call it. And these stores seem to have different policies depending on the store that you go to. The one I ended up going to had a buy two, get two free. And I went to another one, it was just, you know, regular, you just buy one, that's it. So I ended up picking up 4 games, buy two, get two free. Very first one here is Twin Cobra on the NES. I have Twin Cobra on the Genesis, and that game is hard as hell. So I'm thinking this is just kind of a port, or maybe the Genesis is the port of this one. So I'm assuming this one's going to be hard as hell. So I'll give it a go and see if it is. But for this, this was $9.95, $10, whatever. Next up is another game I wanted to play for quite a while. This is Bad Dudes. Again, this was $9.99, $9.95. Fuck me. But yeah, this is a game I've been wanting to play for a long time. So glad to have this now. Next up is on the Sega CD. This is Sylphied. This has been there for quite a while. So I figured since I kind of wanted this game because it's a shooter, I would try and find 3 other games to go with it, and I found these other 3 games. But yeah, this is a shooter on the Sega CD. This was $5.95. I don't know, 2 of these are free, so it doesn't really matter what the price is. I paid $20 for all of them. Next and finally is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, which I actually have already. And this is kind of a little tip for everybody who's out there who probably may not know this. Any company that does a buy 2 get 1 free, or buy 2 get 2 free, try and find, if you can't find 3 or 4 games to go together, try and find one to sell to recoup some money. And this game, I know it comes up to $9.95, but the cost per game was $5 a game. So if I can sell this for $10 to $15 in my area, and these go pretty easily in my area, this will pay for most of my purchase and bring down the unit cost of these other 3 games. So yeah, definitely try and find something to resell if you can't find 4 games you want. Next up, I went to Time Travelers in Michigan, and this store is really fun to go to. It's one of my favorite places to go to in Michigan for games, just because I like spending time there. It brings back my childhood. So it has a lot of toys, a lot of retro toys, a lot of comic books, a lot of video games, and pretty much everything nerdy you can find there. But I went there with the intention of buying Genesis games, and I found 3 games that I was interested in. They didn't have a price tag on it, so they had to price them. And you know, obviously that means looking it up on eBay or looking it up on Price Charting or whatever, Amazon, whatever they, you know, wherever they look it up, and bring it back to you with the online price. So I ended up finding Mercs, Super Smash TV, and The Incredible Hulk, and not one of them had a price tag on it. So you know, the guy said, "Oh, give me a second, I'll go get you the prices on it." So yeah, go get me the prices. And he came back with online prices. So pretty much what you can buy them for on eBay is what he came back with. So boy, did I get tongue-tied there. So he basically got back with online prices, and I kind of had to change my strategy. So I ended up going with a couple other games, and games that were already priced. Very first game here is Lethal Enforcers, and I have the gun already for Lethal Enforcers, so I figured I'd pick this one up. This was $4.95, I think. So Lethal Enforcers. And then I went and I picked up Super Off-Road, complete in box, and this, I think they messed up the price on this one. I got them, I guess, slipping on this one or fucking up on it. I think they priced this at the Super Off-Road, that Baja one, and they priced that one, sorry, they priced this one at the price of that one. So for this complete in box, I picked it up for, I don't know if you can see it, $6.95. Is that what I paid for? $6.95. And for whatever reason, Price Charting has this going for a lot more than $6.95. Even online, you know what? Price Charting has it at, I think it was $57 complete in box. Meanwhile, on eBay, you can buy it for $30. So I would tend to go with the lower value. Being an accountant, you kind of go with the conservatism rule, and you know, going for $30 instead of $50. So they definitely missed the ball on this one. Next up at another Goodwill, actually where I found that Wii board and all that, I went back and found my very first Sega Saturn. I do have a Sega Saturn already. I bought it off Josh back in April, but I found one at a thrift store, and this one is very nice. It was $25, and I had a 25% off coupon, so I ended up getting this for $18. If you can see by the sticker, it doesn't have a controller and it doesn't have an AV cable, but it came with a power cord, and I was really hesitant on this, so I texted A. Crosby and just to get some kind of input on it, if he would do it and all that, and he said he would, just because these are hard to find, and I have never seen one of these, I guess, in my time going to thrift stores. And I've been going to thrift stores for a good 5-6 years now, so very first one I've ever come across. Again, it came with the power cable, and that was it. A. Crosby did recommend going online and picking up an AV cable for it, so I took his advice and I picked up an AV cable for the Sega Saturn. This was $4, which I didn't think was a bad price. It's just controllers are expensive. Next, I went to Cash Converters here locally, and I picked up Midway Arcade Treasures 3. And this is the last Midway Arcade Treasures I needed to complete my Midway Arcade Treasures collection. So I have 1, 2, and 3 now. For this I paid $3. It was $2.65, but with taxes it comes to $3. This has San Francisco Rush, the Rock Alcaraz edition, Hydro Thunder, Super Off-Road, Badlands, Race Driving, Stun Runner, San Francisco Rush 2049, and Off-Road Thunder. So again, for that price, there's a lot of really good games on this, and for $3, definitely happy to have that. Next, I went to a Goodwill on half price day, and I picked up the King of Fighters, what do they call this? The King of Fighters collection. And this has King of Fighters 94 to 98, all in one UMD. And again, complete, and it has a price tag of, I don't know if you can see that, $10 on it. I paid half of that, and it was $5. At GameStop, I pre-ordered Tales of Hearts R on the PlayStation Vita. I've yet to open this up, but I'm looking forward to playing this one. This is apparently a GameStop exclusive, so I don't know if it'll be harder to find later on or not, but definitely happy to have this type of game in my collection. And the very last game I picked up for the last 3 weeks, a lot of you guys picked this one up. It's Super Smash Bros. Wii U, and I don't have a Wii U yet, but I plan on getting one this Black Friday. Not Black Friday, actually Boxing Day here in Canada. I plan on getting one then, and then I can start enjoying these types of games. For those of you who don't know, if you have the 3DS version and the Wii U version, go ahead on Club Nintendo and register both, and you'll get the soundtrack on a CD for both of these games. This is always complete. I've already registered my 2 codes, and I should be getting the soundtrack whenever they start shipping them out. For this, I paid $40. And you may be asking yourself, well, didn't this just come out? Isn't it like $70 in Canada? Nope, I paid $40. And I had pre-ordered this 2 years ago at an E3 event where if you pre-ordered 3 or more games, you get 30% off. So at the time, the price on this was $59.99, and 30% off that brought it down to $40 exactly. And since then, the prices have gone up here in Canada by $10 per game. So even still, they had to honor the price I pre-ordered it for. So I got this for $40, which I definitely think is a steal, especially for this type of game. So anyways, those are the finds of the last 3 weeks, and hope everyone enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing everyone else's videos. And until next time, take care.